On the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this storming storm inside. And heaven knows I've tried. No, don't let them see. Good girl, you've always said to be. Don't feel, let them know. They know. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Do you like my wig? I haven't worn it since I had a Halloween costume where I dressed up as Leslie Knope. Now I've put it to good use. I can't take this wig off now because my real hair is going to look terrible since I've squished it under this wig. So we're just gonna work with it. It's fabulous. Look at this. So I just got back from watching Frozen 2. And I mean, it was fine. It was fine. I was not into it until about Act 2. And that was when there was the plot twist towards the middle. So yeah, the movie was very okay. That's not how it came off in my response on Twitter. But yeah, I don't know what the deal is. It seems like everything after the original Frozen is just flat garbage. Whereas like the original Frozen was such an original concept, kind of taking the fairy tale and subverting your expectations, whereas the Snow Queen is not the villain, but rather an unlikely anti-hero? Antagonist? I mean, the real antagonist is Hans. Spoilers! But like the only thing I found myself really enjoying with Frozen 2 were the spirit animals is insensitive. I'm not going to call them that. Were the guardian spirits, whatever they were supposed to be, the fire salamander and the Molly. Yeah, she's being a bitch. Are you done? Molly! I swear to God, I'm taking it away from you now. Neurotic little thing. I think I may have been recording me cursing out my dog. We'll see if that stays in or not. Anyway, I really liked the plot twist that like Anna and Elsa's grandfather was basically a racist megalomaniac. that was interesting. That was when I got to that part in the movie, I was like, oh, okay, the movie might be good. And then it stopped being good again because we had to get back to the guardian spirits that served no purpose other than to make cute merchandise. But that theme was interesting. It kind of like let's use colonialism and colonial genocide as a Disney story idea. But you know, the other thing I thought of was like when Elsa died and then came back with her new garb riding on a beautiful pure white horse. I was like, it's Elsa the White. She went from Elsa the Grey to Elsa the White. She was reborn. I don't know. This movie was a mess. Like, literally everything after original Frozen has been terrible. Like, I mean, that one, the short film with Elsa trying to throw a birthday party for Anna. That one was cute. But then there was that short film they tried to shoehorn before Coco, and everyone was like, am I in the right movie? Why is there a Frozen show before Coco? Because that short was too fucking long. I don't remember what it was called. What was it called? Oh yeah, it was called Olaf's Frozen Adventure. Speaking of Olaf, I wanted him to fucking die while watching Frozen 2. He's kind of lost his charm as the comic relief of Frozen. Like, I actually laughed at his jokes in the first Frozen, but everything since then, I've been like, ha. Every joke, for me, with Olaf fell flat. Some parts were cute, but it all just felt very forced. And the whole, like, where he reenacted everything that happened in the first movie, I was just cringing. Because, like, now the Disney movies are getting, the Disney princess movies anyway, are getting a little too woke and self-aware, where it's just not enjoyable anymore. I don't know. I just don't know. I wanted to like you, Frozen 2. I really did. But it was just an unlikable mess. Like, I still cry at the end of Coco. Every time I watch it, I cry. I cry in Wreck-It Ralph when Ralph breaks Vanellope's car. Every time, okay? Like, I have an emotional connection with Disney and Pixar films. When there was that scene in Frozen 2 when Olaf melted or flurried, whatever they called it, I didn't shed a tear. I was like, oh, thank God he won't tell any more bad jokes. And like the indigenous peoples in this Frozen world, I don't remember what they were called. I loved that the lady who she seemed like she was the tribe leader. She seemed like an awesome character. She had all of 5 lines of dialogue and didn't do hardly anything. And then you had the 2 other throwaway members of her tribe that you're like, hello, we have a name and 2 lines of funny things to say. Bye. Cool. I don't know. I think they're in a weird place because this was originally based on a Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale that didn't have sequel. It wasn't like Lord of the Rings, speaking of Gandalf the White. It was not Lord of the Rings, where it had a trilogy, 2 sequels, and a whole mythology and lore that you could expand on. They're really stretching things to try and make more money off of Frozen. Some of the commentary I saw was talking about, like, oh, the beautiful paganism of Frozen 2. And I was like, I was kind of there with the water horse and the fire salamander. I think those are all based on actual pagan characters. I know there are lots of giants in Norse mythology. I swear to God, I've barely had 2 sips. And review Frozen 2, yelling at my pets. They're restless because I was gone all day because of my horrible soul-sucking day job. I don't know. In conclusion, I haven't looked at other reviews of Frozen because most of the channels that I like to watch pick badder movies, either trashier or more meaningful movies to talk about. Lindsay Ellis is the only person I can think of who talks about Disney movies in an intellectual and in-depth way. And she hasn't said anything about it, not that I'm aware of, or she doesn't want to waste her time. Or maybe she's working on a beautiful 3-part video like she did for The Hobbit. I don't know. I would watch it. Or she just thought this was trash and not worth her time. Hello, boy kitty! Hello! It's my animal psychic. There's Lily just stuck her head down here. Everyone's worried because I'm talking to myself emphatically. Boy kitty, come here. Come here. Ow! Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. like I was trying to say, it's a fairy tale. It was a standalone thing, and they probably shouldn't have even bothered with the sequel. They should have just keep doing shorts or something, or maybe made a TV show. It could be interesting. I loved the Aladdin TV show when I was a kid. I'm sure Elsa and Anna and Kristoff, who we should discuss his struggle with schizophrenia and talking reindeer, because Anna should know about that before she marries him. Just saying. Which, that was the only part in the movie. Speaking of Kristoff and Sven, I think that's the only time in the movie I found it genuinely funny is when Kristoff had his, like, 90s country music video song about how he's struggling to propose to Anna, or Anna left him. I was confused. There was this weird theme of abandonment with him? I don't know. I don't get what the subplot with him trying to propose to Anna, because nothing came of it. Nothing. We didn't learn anything. They didn't grow as a couple. It was just sort of when she came back, she's like, I'm sorry I left you. And he's like, that's okay. My love is not fragile. Which, cool. Like, my husband had to get over the fact that there were days that I don't want to be with him, and I want to just go hang out with my girlfriends and go shopping and get my toenails done. He learned that doesn't mean I don't love him. It just means sometimes we want to spend time with our friends instead of each other. Is that what I'm supposed to learn? I don't know. I just don't know. This is a good whiskey. Don't see Frozen 2. Send a clear message to Disney to make more original content. The end.